going to be, you know, super exciting couple weeks, and then I know he releases his new album November 19th. I thought you were screaming for me.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey!
Hello.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
I feel, you know, I used to be a school teacher, and this feels like it's first day of term. So I'm Mr. Sumner. I'm going to teach you some English and a bit of math. Let's see. There's a few people here.
Well, some of your biggest fans are here tonight to see you.
Well, I'm very flattered. Thank you.
We were all just chatting. They've been obviously almost 2 years in the making to get to this point, as have you.
Yeah.
It's been a long haul.
There's been a lot of delays, and I really appreciate people holding on to their tickets for all this time, but and appreciate their patience. So we'll make good tonight. We really will.
Now, I was telling them I had a few questions for you myself about what the process has been like for you. Coming here, you've been here. What does it feel like to be opening a residency in Las Vegas? What have you done this week? Have you?
Well, I've played Vegas many times over the years, but only for one night. You'd come into Caesars for one night, or at the MGM Grand. But I've never had my own room before, where I was allowed to have a production that wouldn't travel easily. And as you can see, it's pretty elaborate. You see it tonight. The screens and the projections are really state of the art. So I feel we can create a new context for the songs that no one has seen before. And I was rehearsing here with the band, and instead of facing the audience, I was facing the band and the screens. And I was totally blown away by these images. It's very abstract and very exciting, and so I think you'll enjoy it. It sort of remakes the songs in a way, which is important for me.
And I'm sure as an artist, having performed many songs over the course of your incredible career, always having a fresh take on songs is exciting for you when you come to the stage.
You know, for me, a song is a living organism. It's not a museum piece. It's not just, it doesn't have to be created the perfect way, the same way every night. If anything, it's just a starting point. So every night, as an artist, as a singer, as a bass player, as a band leader, I'm looking for little incremental changes that I haven't discovered before about a song. Even a song like Roxanne, which is, God knows how old it is, 1978.
Yeah.
I haven't got the math for that. Anyway, I find something in that song that I haven't done before every night. So that's the way the band feels. That's why I hire musicians who have a kind of jazz feel to them. They like to improvise. So we're on an adventure every night. We're not just recreating an album. We're actually breathing new life into what I consider a living organism, a song.
How do you determine what your set list is going to be? Obviously, you have an incredible canon of music, your music, other people's music, music that you've written, music you've performed over the years, music you love to perform. How do you determine what is going to fit into those 2 hours?
Well, let's be realistic. No one likes to hear a new song. Everybody wants to hear the songs that they know and love, and I would never disappoint an audience by not singing those songs that they want. But
True.
there is a price. I do demand that we explore a couple of new things. So I'll be doing 2 new songs tonight from the new album, which comes out November 19th.
Yeah.
The songs that went to radio, so people might have an inkling of them. But that's my only demand. The rest of it, are just wall-to-wall hits.
Is there any song, and I always ask a lot of people this that I've been interviewing, and the answers are very funny. Is there any song you wish you just never had to play again? You can, come on, we're friends, you can tell us.
No. Happy birthday, I'm not very fond of that one.
No one has found it.
No.
What can you look absolutely incredible
Thank you.
in this.
I clean up well, don't I?
suit. It looked amazing yesterday when we were doing our little rehearsal, but I gotta tell you, he was in orange leather pants yesterday. And
They were sprayed on.
they were, I had no idea what we would get tonight, and I gotta tell you, this is like a completely different, both are amazing.
This is not my stage gear.
You look incredible.
This is just my principal outfit, at the school.
We're going to, well, I think we also have some questions that our incredible audience is inquiring minds want to know.
Okay.
So we are going to ask you these. Are you ready? Okay. Sabrina from Tacoma, Washington.
Where are
Sabrina,
you, Sabrina?
where are you?
I'm right here.
There she
Hi,
is.
Sabrina.
Hello.
You
Hello.
didn't get a seat?
Apparently not.
Sorry. We'll make it up.
But you get the
That's what it
first
is. Thank you so
question,
much.
and it's a good one. What was your favorite album to create?
Of my albums? That's a difficult question. It's like asking me which of my 6 children is my favorite.
I have one of those.
You can't, they all have qualities that you admire and praise, but they're my kids, and my albums are my kids. So they're not, again, they're not museum pieces, they're still alive. I'm very fond of my least understood record, which I think is called The Soul Cages. And, oh, there you go. It has a constituency that really is the recently bereaved really like that album, because that was my bereavement album. So, but it's one of my favorites, but only one of them.
It's amazing. Thank you for that.
That wasn't
question.
that amazing.
It was a great, no, her question.
Oh, her question was amazing. I get that.
You know,
Well, thank you.
just Robin Spilecki. Spilecki, did I say that right?
Hi, Robin.
From Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, I like this question. If you could see any concert artist, who would it be?
If I could be a concert artist,
If you could see any concert artist.
I saw the Lady Gaga show last night.
Oh, yeah?
Blew me away.
Oh, we're going tomorrow.
What a fantastically talented woman she is. I mean, it's extraordinary. I was crying, and I know her. I've known her for a long time. But I was blown away last night. The material was wonderful. The orchestra was great. And she was playing the role of a 40s dame. It's so beautiful. She's a great actor. Sings like God. So I was thoroughly jealous. And I have to compete tonight.
That's quite a compliment coming from Sting. Sings like God. That's an incredible compliment. And by the way, Robin's sister thinks you're amazing.
She's
Thank you,
loved you
Robin,
since she
sister.
was like this.
Robin's sister. Thank you, Robin. So much for that question. Mary,
I must get one of these masks.
do you not have one? Okay, well, I'm sure someone can get you one.
Thank you.
Mary Lucas from Los Angeles. Where is Mary? There's Mary.
Yeah,
Hi,
another
Mary.
person without a seat. I'm so sorry, Mary.
Hi, Mary. Another great question. If not music, what would you like to be doing?
That was your question.
What are you going to do?
That's like asking a fish, what would you do without water? I mean, you just flap around. I'm going to mention this tonight. My ambition as a kid was to make a living as a musician. And I must have dreamed that really hard, because that's exactly what happened. It was unlikely, but it did happen. So, I mean, I taught, I was a school teacher for a while. That's about it. Oh, I helped my dad on the milk round in the mornings. Wasn't any good at that. So I think music is where I'm going to stick. Yeah, it seems to be going pretty well.
I would say so. You're hired. Audrey Kovach from Dallas, Texas.
Hi, Audrey. It's my mum's name, Audrey.
Great name.
What does it say? Please, yeah, I was there. That's me in the middle. You can't get your money back, no.
What was your inspiration for King of Pain and Message in the Bottle?
That's a good question.
You know, I begin with the music, and I ask the music to tell me a story. I think that if you construct music in a coherent fashion, it already has a narrative. And my job is to listen to that narrative. You know, some people hear music and they see color. I hear music and I see situations. I see characters. I see a story. And so both of those occasions, the music wrote the lyrics. And it's a mysterious process I don't really understand, but I'm always happy and grateful when it does happen. But yeah, I was on the island of Jamaica, and literally there was a time of black spot activity on the sun, and with sunglasses on you could actually see black spots. So that first line of that song is, "There's a little black spot on the sun today." It actually was a little black spot on the sun
Oh,
today.
that's interesting.
I was fortunate.
I have a side note. I was just having had so many songs over the years, written so many songs, so many albums. Do you ever not remember that was your song? Like, do you ever? That's a great song. Oh, it's mine.
You know, I don't listen to my own music,
You
to
don't.
be frank with you. I'll hear it if I'm out shopping with Trudy in this, in the store, or sometimes I won't even recognize it. She'll say, "That's you." I'll say, "Really? Oh yeah, that's me." I'm always pleasantly surprised. Yeah, it's not bad for a 24-year-old me.
Okay. We've got Jen from Buckley, Washington.
Where are you?
Jen, there she is. Hi, Jen. Hello. Where is your favorite place to perform and why?
Well, obviously Caesar's Palace. Actually, I've been doing a lot of old Greek amphitheaters. I did 3 in a row around my birthday at the beginning of the month, just as a warm-up to Caesar's Palace. But we were trying to find venues that were older than me. So we found the Acropolis, 3,000 years old, and a couple of Greek theaters that were, of the same age. Makes me feel young.
Great question. Stan Fitzgerald
Hey, right here, sir.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
from Acworth, Georgia. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Who is the person who inspired you the most in your life and why?
That's easy. My mum. My mother was a musician. She played the piano very well, and my first memory of her was being at her feet when she was moving the pedals in this very strange
Oh, wow.
fashion. She loved to play classical music, but her favorite was she liked tango. I don't know why, but she played tango and encouraged me to play and sing and perform. My father was a singer, and when they weren't fighting, they would perform together. So that wasn't very often. Yeah, I owe everything to Audrey, my mum.
Lisa from Saratoga, New York. Here's Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
She's the sister. but
Okay, I get it.
Now it's her turn. Lisa says, what song has the most emotional impact on you when you perform it? What brings you to anger, tears,
That's an interesting question.
happiness?
If I get too emotionally involved in what I'm singing about, it's impossible to sing. It really is. And so I hope that the melody, the harmony, and the lyrics are already doing that work for me. And so that is being transmitted to the audience. I do not have to weep tears in order to emote that song. I feel it strongly, but if it's just a physical thing, you can't cry and sing at the same time. Sometimes I feel that way, but I have to resist it just out of professionalism. So I think the composition itself is doing the work. You don't have to get that involved.
And actually, the last question is going to be mine. What is your...
What is mine?
It'll be okay. What are you going to go do right after this? What is your pre-show routine? What will you do
That's a
in the
good
next
question.
Well, I'm not wearing this on stage. It's a little too formal. So I'm going to decide on what I'm wearing tonight. I have my eye on a bright yellow suit. I look like a banana. It looks pretty good, but you'll be the judge of that. You can do this or that. But I thought because it's such a special occasion for me and a landmark in my career, I should mark it with some formality, dress the part. That's what I'm going
Excited
to try
to
and
see
do.
that too.
And then I'll warm my voice up, have a drink of water, meditate for 20 minutes or so. Yeah. Wait for my wife to come in. That's it.
That's it. That'll take us through the next hour. Love it.
Please enjoy the show and thank you for your questions. It's lovely to meet you all. I'm sorry about your lack of seating. I'm sure we'll
It's okay. It's okay.
do it better next time.
I'm just happy to be here.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Sting. Amazing. And so now we will have the photos, yes? Okay, great.